Hey guys, it's Harry here.
Back at it again with
another video, and today we're going to be using all this, plus another extra bit which I'm not going to show yet, to make my Slamboard for the downhill Slamboard death race. So let's get started.
Come on!
Alright, so there are a couple of things you're going to need. A deck, obviously, and I've got some lengthened bolts here, which are required because get your trucks. Right, these are just normal 200mm wide skateboard trucks, and you put them on top of the deck like this. Usually, of course, you have them like this, but because we're going for a Slamboard, we want them to be as low as possible. And if you get the wheel here, you can sort of see that it's going to be very low. So you're going to need, as I mentioned before, you're going to need wide trucks. Usually 200mm is pretty good in terms of width, but if you've got wider, then that's great. You're going to need lengthened bolts, which I mentioned before, and it'd be wise to, if you're going to go buy some, to get some nuts that come with it. I've just got some square ones, just because that's what came with my bolts. Obviously you're going to need tools, so I've just got a normal 8-inch spanner. So depending on what kind of Slamboard you're building, you might have a different variation in wheels. You might go skateboard ones or longboard sort of penny ones. These are slightly larger ones. I think these are 80mm in diameter, but they're very good, and they're larger obviously than the skateboard ones. Very clearly. If you've got a sort of penny board deck, you might need the longboard ones, or just the normal ones that come with it, because they're slightly larger. But if you want to go super low and you've got the right deck for it, you can just go skateboard ones. For this, yeah, I don't know yet, but I just got to get that one extra thing that I mentioned before, another deck. So he only knows about this one here, which is good for me, because then that means I've got an extra trick up my sleeve. Alright, let's start off with the deck. Now, I need to what you need to do before anything else is you need to mark out on your deck where the wheels are going to sit. So it depends on which wheels you go for. These ones or these ones. Let's just use these ones. So pretty much I've already done this, but I've overdone the cuts or whatever. So you need to pretty much cut your deck to the size that you need it to. So if you mount up your trucks, just put them on there, get your wheels, and just mark out where they are going to sit and how much you need to cut out. It'd be wiser to remove the grip tape from your deck and mark it out with a pencil, but I've already done this, so I don't need to. What you need to do first, once you've got the cuts made, is you need to get your lengthened bolts, which are on this one, and you need to put these on your deck. This is what the trucks are going to sort of mount onto, and I guess pretty important in that sense. A little fun fact for you guys: this is actually the second time I've had to film this, because I had a few audio problems with the first version, so I pretty much just have to refilm this. So this is the second time this is being filmed. Sort of good, you know, just having one person in these videos means that there's a lot less distractions and whatnot, but also means that I have to do a lot more editing. That's not that bad. That's not that big a deal. Alright, so I've got my bolts in. So pretty much what you want to do, you want to get the bottom, and you want to mount these from the bottom here, so that the Phillips head or whatever side that you require for a screwdriver is on the bottom of the deck. This is just so you can get to your tops of these. Now what you want to do, you want to get one of
these nuts,
and you just want to tighten them onto here. Good trick to use for this is if you get so you just push down on it when you get very close to the bottom, not all the way, just push down and you turn counterclockwise. This tightens it up more than compared to hand tight, which means that the bolts aren't as unstable. So you do that, do the same for 4 of these. So now I've gotten all 4 of these on. I'm going to mount my trucks. They should just go up in the normal mounting holes, which are here, here, and the bottom ones here and here. So I just put them in. Very simple. Sits very nice, as you can see. So now what I want to do is I want to get more of
These nuts.
and I just want to tighten down from the top here to the bottom, to the top of the truck. This is just so the truck doesn't move about as much, which is good because you kind of don't want these to fall off. So now I've done that, I want to do the same for the other side, so I'll just go and do that. Because I have some music on, but I get into trouble for copyright reasons, so that sort of sucks. As you guys can probably tell, it's pretty easy to make these, but you know, good to make a video on it, because you know, it's informative and whatnot. If you guys have been following my Instagram, which should be right on the screen now, on my Slamboard which I made from this deck, which isn't going to be retired. I'm just using this skateboard one for the death race because I have a side advantage, which I'll explain after I finish building this. I'll be honest and say that riding one of these is pretty dangerous. It's pretty fun, same time because of that sort of eerie feeling like you might not get away with riding this unscathed, I guess. I need to decide which wheels I'm going to pick purely for what I'm using it for. So I'm going to test these ones first. These should have enough ground clearance. Alright, I just got to drop these, so I'll just put these aside. Put it up like this. Just tighten these up. Once I've mounted these wheels, I will go for a test, sort of test run, and see how well these wheels go in terms of ground clearance and everything. Because even though I'm building something that's designed to be super low, I sort of want to have a little bit of ground clearance so I don't stack it over potholes and stuff. Because the hill we're going to be racing on is not very, it's not very smooth. That's sort of a thing we could be careful of while doing this. Right, so as you guys can see, these wheels don't have enough clearance, because as you can see from the amount of ground clearance we have, this is not really sufficient for what we're trying to do. Like especially in here, I mean, there's not much there at all, is there? Let's try and ride this into that bin there. As you can see, it's going terrifically so far. Man, this thing's lower than my expectations in life. I'm gonna just change over these wheels and just tighten this up because it's a little loose. So yeah, just gonna take them off with this amazing tool. So now, obviously, I've got the wheels off. Chuck these away. So I'm just going to mount these ones on. Just so you guys know, this wasn't recorded the day before it was released. Today is actually Wednesday. So I guess you could say it's Wednesday, my dudes. Before you guys ask what board this is, I have actually got no idea what kind of board. Don't know who it's by. I think it says on here somewhere. Or at least it used to. It actually doesn't say on here anymore. It's like, I've got something like right there. Don't know if you guys can see that. But it's actually been scraped off and things, so I can't really see what it says. Alright, so I'm going to just try and ride this for the second time. Oh, almost fell off. That was a great start. Actually seems to be pretty good. So it's still tracking to the left a little, which I do not know why. I'm actually going to have a look at why that's the case now. But other than that, it's actually pretty good. I think it's just because it's going to pull it this way and this way. It should sort of maybe not really track straight. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal. No, see, it's still tracking to the left, but I can just change that by myself because I'm great like that and I've got terrible balance. So yeah, it seems to work. Alright, as you guys can probably see, this is much better for ground clearance, which is good. If you look right in here, right where that plank is there, can't really focus on it, there we go. right there. That gives you a rough gauge how much ground clearance I have to work with. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for Brendan's episode where we both build his Slamboard. And then also for the Slamboard Death Race, which should be coming up soon as well. So yeah, they're the videos you need to watch out for, as well as the other ones that are coming as well. So yeah guys, see you next episode.